Welcome to Deland, Florida for the Creekside Knights regular season finale. Game 25 of 25, and Creekside looks to head into the playoffs on a high note as they get ready to take on the Deland Bulldogs. Hello everyone and welcome into the broadcast. I am Noah Schlick, bringing you tonight's action live on Schlick Sports. Deland coming into this game with a record of 11-13, but they are not a team to sleep on. They have won 8 in a row here at their home field, and they look to keep that streak going against the number 19 team in the state, the Creekside Knights, coming off of a 5-0 win last night against Bishop Kenny, in which freshman Will Wood went the distance, throwing a complete game shutout in his first varsity start. The Bats woke up as well for Creekside last night, 5 runs on 7 hits. Creekside this season 13-2 when scoring 5 or more runs. Seems like that's the mark to hit. Creekside would love to see it again tonight. They'll be going up against Christian Baez out on the field and on the mound for Deland. He's got a fastball in the mid-80s with a good breaking ball, a perfect game grade of 8. We'll see what kind of challenge he poses to this Creekside lineup in this game. Time now to send you down to the field for the starting lineups and our national anthem here at Deland High School.
Leading off, number 11, Deland. Number 4, Ethan Zagers. Number 6, Alton Hughes. Number 8, Evan Lodo. Number 12, Hector Fuentes. Number 7, Ethan Slaughter. Number 15, Logan Lacombe. Number 5, and on the mound, Christian Baez. Number 2, Trenton Tracker. And number 20, Gregor Hall. Caps. Thinking about this lineup.
And after that, we are set for some regular season action between the Creekside Knights and the Deland Bulldogs. Time now to take a look at how these teams line up. First, the batting order for Creekside Knights, the visitors in tonight's contest. Creekside is led off by Zach Jackson, followed by Hunter Schlegel and Connor Belizik, Morton Williams Bisham in the heart of the order, with Tavern Blancett, Joey Dugo, and Aiden Benechek, 7, 8, 9. The same batting order as it has been for the last 3 games now for the Creekside Knights. And after making a lot of hard contact last night, they're able to put up 5 runs and had the opportunity for more. Just seemed like they'd hit a barrel and they'd just find a Bishop Kenny fielder going right at them. They'll like to see a few more hits fall tonight and continue to make hard contact up at the plate. The defensive alignment for the Deland Bulldogs out in the outfield, Logan Lacombe in left with Evan Ladeau in center, Trindon Treichel out in right, Hefte Fuentes, the third baseman, with Dylan Lawrence at short and Alton Hughes at second, Ethan Slaughter, the first baseman. Behind the plate, Riker Hall, and his battery mate out on the mound is Christian Baez. The sophomore gets the start for Deland, stands at 5'10", 165 according to Perfect Game. He's got a fastball in the mid-80s with a good breaking ball as well. A Perfect Game grade of 8. Pretty good, highly touted prospect with a good Perfect Game grade. And Creekside will have their work cut out for them against Baez. We have no stats on this Deland team. They've given up 126 runs this season, outscored 100 to 126. That's good for about an average of just over 5 per game from opposing teams. And as I mentioned in the pregame read, the Knights 13-2 when scoring 5 runs or more. Final warm-up toss is being thrown. It is a nice night for baseball as we've really hit a nice stretch of weather in the state of Florida. Not as much rain as maybe some people would like, those taking care of the ball fields out here, but for me with my camera equipment, I am more than happy with some sunny days and 82 degrees. The wind is blowing in at a pretty good number, 13 miles per hour. Those gusts will get up there probably into the 20s. A bit of a short porch down the left field line. This is an older ballpark, opened up with the school in 1959. And it's still got a lot of those older features to it. Not too much foul ground down the right and left field lines. Can't be more than 3 feet of space between the foul line and the wall as you get further down right and left field. Zach Jackson leading things off for Creekside. First pitch swinging, pops it foul and out of play. First pitch right on the dot, 6 o'clock. Oh, 1 count on Zach Jackson. Deland lost their first 2 home games of the season, but have gone on a home winning streak of 8. They are 8-2 at home, 3-11 when playing anywhere else. They do a nice job of defending their home field. 0-2 count on Zach Jackson after a pair of foul balls. Into the line, the pitch from Baez goes up above the zone. 1-2 on the Creekside leadoff man. This Knights offense comes in scoring over 5 runs per game. They're batting .280 as a team, 53 stolen bases for them as well. They like to run when they get on base. Baez to the plate. Jackson takes up high, 2-2. Zach Jackson getting on base at the 286 mark. Picked up a single yesterday. A wide stance from Baez as he goes into the windup. A short leg kick, and he blows the heater past Jackson. 1 away. Attacked him with the off-speed pitch. Looked like the curveball on back-to-back pitches, and Jackson couldn't catch up when he went back to that fastball. Creekside enters tonight's contest with a record of 16-8. They have faced the second toughest schedule in the state of Florida. Currently ranked 19th in the state, 8th in Class 7A. The Knights 6-1 at home this year, 6-5 on the road. 4-2 in neutral site contests. Showing bunt, Schlegel gets it down, charging in from third base and throwing to first. Fuentes makes the play. 2 down for Creekside. Brings up Connor Belizik. Belizik had his average dip below 500 for the first time in a long time. Now at 493 on the season, he's got 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. Takes that first pitch for a strike. The wind blowing in from right field, right center maybe. Maybe 270, 285 down that left field line. He's certainly got the pop to send one out. Even with the wind tonight. Outside, 1-1. Belizik with 14 extra base hits this season. He's also walked 17 times, getting on base quite often, 582 on base percentage. After the check swing, it's 1-2 as he went around. 2-strike count. Baez set. Here's the pitch. Chop foul to the Deland dugout. We'll do it again. A good crowd out here at Deland High School. The bleachers filling in at first pitch. One-two is the count. Another 2-strike offering and another foul ball. Into the parking lot. Oh, hit 2 cars coming off the bounce. A couple of 2-strike foul balls from Belizik. We'll see if Baez stays on the attack or if he goes out of the zone, tries to get him to chase. Here's the pitch. Curveball arcs up near the head. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Belizik. 2 outs in the first, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball from Belizik. Good 2-strike battle here as since the count has gone to 1-2, Belizik has already seen 4 pitches. This will be pitch number 5 with 2 strikes. Goes down and away, and the count is full. Parker Morton is on deck for Creekside. Here's the payoff pitch. Goes down and away for ball 4. Great job by Belizik. Works it from 1-2, fights off a few pitches, and works his 18th walk of the season. Now Parker Morton up to the plate. Morton is not your cookie-cutter cleanup man. Typically, when you hear the cleanup guy, you think of a guy who hits for a lot of power, strikes out a lot maybe. Morton doesn't have too much pop, but makes a lot of contact, gets on base, and he drives this one to left, but it is right at the left fielder, Lacombe, and that will end the inning. 2-out base runner for the Knights, but they can't do anything with it. First chance for the Bulldogs when we return on Schlick Sports.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Back at Deland High School, and now it's time to take a look at how the Bulldogs line up in their batting order, led off by Dylan Lawrence. Deland with Ethan Zagers in the 2 spot. Alton Hughes batting third, Liddell, Fuentes, and Slaughter 4-5-6, with Logan Lacombe, Christian Baez, and Trindon Treichel rounding things out 7, 8, 9. And going up against them on the mound, Hudson Hyatt, this sophomore, making his 3rd start of the year for the Creekside Knights. Standing at 6'4", 175. He's got a fastball in the mid-80s with a couple of off-speed pitches he works in there. Coming off of a short start against Spruce Creek, he went an inning and a third, no hits, 1 run, which was unearned. He walked 1 batter, didn't strike out anybody. He's made 6 appearances this season, gone 8 innings with an ERA at 7. He's caught some bad breaks out there on the mound. Hasn't been backed up too well by his defense at times, and the weak contact rate, 76%. Batters aren't finding too many barrels against Hyatt, but still hitting .364 on balls in play. Something you'd expect to go down if he keeps forcing soft contact. First pitch on the way, and it is a ball out to Dylan Lawrence, the shortstop. Lawrence committed to Warner University. It's a line drive foul and out of play. His teammate, Evan Liddell, also a Warner commit. He's batting in the cleanup spot. Strike 2 across the plate. 1-2 count on Dylan Lawrence. Chops one foul and out of play. Not too much foul ground here. I've been to a lot of high school ballparks now over the past 5 years, and I haven't seen one with less foul territory than this. It's kind of something you see with older ballparks at all levels. Fenway Park, Wrigley Field don't have too much space between the outfield lines and the wall, as a line drive right at Parker Morton in left field for out number 1. But I'll be interested to see how that affects things, especially on balls to the corner. If it hits the wall, makes it tougher to try for 2. This is an old ballpark. They just installed lights here over the past fall. Before that, they used to play their night games at Stetson. It's a nice layout here at Deland. I like it. As this one is driven in the air, right center field. That's down in the gap. Bisham cuts it off, and he's going to hold Ethan Zagers to a single. good play out in center field, cutting that ball off, keeping it from getting to the wall, and instead of having a man in scoring position, it's a runner on first with one away. Brings up Alton Hughes. The second baseman, a sophomore. First pitch to him, down and away, ball one. And that's the one other thing for Hyatt. He's got to be able to control his pitches, find the strike zone a little more often. If he's throwing strikes, he does a good job out there. Gets himself into trouble at times when he starts issuing free passes. Fastball is shot foul down that right field side. Heads up in the portable classroom area. One on, one out. Runner goes, pitch down in the dirt. Throw to second from Belizik. Not going to get him. The throw beat him, but it was behind the bag. Dugo had to reach back and couldn't get that tag down in time. Now a runner in scoring position for Deland. Hyatt set. And the pitch. Fastball inside. 3-1 count. Hyatt comes set. The kick and the pitch. Chopper out towards short. Benechek's got it. Throws to first, and there's out number 2. Runner Zagers advances to third on the play. Brings up Liddell. The cleanup man with some cleaning up to do. 2 outs. He's got a runner 90 feet away. Deland trying to strike first. First pitch to Liddell. Strike one at the top of the zone. Went to the curveball. Came back down, belt high. Quickly ahead on Liddell, 0-2. Hudson Hyatt trying to get out of the inning. Zagers on third. 2-strike count. Time is called. And the first base coach wanted to talk with Liddell. Deland is led by Zach Spivey in his 4th year as head coach. Played college baseball at Bethune-Cookman and also Spruce Creek in high school. Graduated from Bethune-Cookman in 2019. The 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. Hudson Hyatt strands a man on third, and we are scoreless through 1. Game day is here. Does your lawn look like a winner or a losing team? At Captain's Lawn Services, we tackle overgrown grass, rough edges, and messy yards so you can focus on the big game. Our expert mowing, trimming, and edging will have your lawn looking championship ready all season long. Don't get sidelined by yard work. Call Captain's Lawn Services today and let us handle the groundwork while you cheer on your team. Captain's Lawn Services. Your lawn, our game. Top of the second inning, and Drew Williams walking up to the plate for Creekside. Williams hitting .286 over his last 5 games with 7 RBIs in that span. Picked up a double and a sac fly, which drove in a run last night. Drove in 5 in 1 game last week against Beachside. Williams on the season for Creekside, hitting .295. And he takes strike 1 from Christian Baez. Baez kept the Knights quiet, surrendered a 2-out walk, but the Knights unable to make anything of it. Oh, and 2 on Williams. Hefte Fuentes, the third baseman, is playing in on the grass, anticipating a bunt. Deland has gotten the word that Creekside likes to lay down the bunt. And they are defending against it. Not with 2 strikes, however, as that fastball runs in. And it's 1 and 2. Two-strike count. Williams awaits in the right-handed batter's box. Baez into the windup, and he got him swinging at strike 3. Pulled the string with the curveball. Second strikeout of the night. And with 1 away, Michael Bysham coming up to the plate. Bysham's been swinging it well lately. 0 for 3 last night, but made some hard contact. He's been finding a lot of barrels lately. He hit a ball against Bishop Kenny last night that would have been out in this ballpark down that left field line. Foul ball, strike 1 on the Creekside center fielder. Bysham has widened his stance throughout the season. It's something that we've seen a little more in the past couple weeks, that adjustment take place for Michael as he takes outside 1-1. A little more reminiscent of his sophomore year batting stance. One pitch in on the hands, and he shoots it foul out of play. 1-2 is the count. Baez with the delivery. Fly ball to center field. And the right fielder, Treichel, coming in and making the catch. 2 down. Now Blancett with 2 away, trying to make something happen. Creekside yet to record a hit so far. First pitch to Blancett. Shot back foul. 0-1 is the count. Blancett this season for Creekside is swinging it well, hitting .309, even after a bit of a slow start. 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Takes one up high. Last night against Bishop Kenny, Blancett picked up a pair of singles in a 2 for 3 effort. Up high. 2-1. Up and away at 79. 3 balls and a strike now on Tavern Blancett. He's got a hitter's count with 2 outs. The sophomore with the delivery. Goes up high, ball 4, second walk of the game for the Creekside Knights. And it comes with 2 outs as it did in the first inning for Connor Belizik. Brings up Joey Dugo. A runner on first with 2 away. Blancett is not a threat to steal. Not likely we'll see the Knights try to advance him into scoring position here with 2 outs. Dugo swings and sends one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Blancett on his way to third. Dugo will stay put at first. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Joey Dugo sends one the other way, picks up a single. Now runners on first and third. A pair of 2-out base runners and Aiden Benechek to the plate. Dugo takes his lead on first. First pitch swinging, Benechek skies this one to right, and Treichel makes the catch to end the inning. The Knights pick up a pair of base runners with 2 outs, but can't bring them home. On to the bottom of the second inning, still 0-0 between the Bulldogs and the Knights. Nothing between Creekside and Deland as we take a look to see how Creekside lines up on the diamond. Zach Jackson in left with Mike Bysham and center Drew Williams in right. Morton at third with Benechek and Dugo up the middle. Tavern Blancett at first. Connor Belizik behind the plate with Hudson Hyatt starting his second inning of work out on the mound. The sophomore in that first inning surrendered a single. A runner got to third, and he was able to strike out Ladeau to end the inning. After working through the 2-out threat, Hyatt goes into the windup. They got a runner into scoring position in the first with 1 away. Hyatt worked the ground out and the strikeout to keep the Bulldogs off the scoreboard. Quickly 0-2 on Hefte Fuentes. Two-strike count, and the pitch goes outside. There's ball 1. Creekside pitching has been consistently very good throughout the season. High chopper goes foul. They've allowed more than 4 earned runs in a game just 3 times this season. That's 21 games, 4 earned runs or less. That gives you a very good chance to win. And the Knights have done a lot of that. 16 wins, trying to make it 17 to end the regular season against the second toughest schedule in the entire state. As Fuentes down on the strikeout, second straight for Hyatt on the mound. And that brings up Ethan Slaughter. Deland, another team that has been tested this year. Their strength of schedule up over 12. Right at Blanchett at first, steps on the bag. 2 gone in the second. Now Logan Lacombe after the first 2 men down in order. Creekside's strength of schedule rating 17.51. The only team who has faced a tougher schedule in the state is Jesuit out of Tampa. And that will work well for you when it comes to the ratings and playoff seeding. Chopper over to short. Benechek gloves, throws to Blanchett, and ends the inning. It's a 1-2-3 frame for Hudson Hyatt, and we are scoreless after 2. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Back here in Deland as the top of the order coming up for Creekside in the top of the third. Zach Jackson leading things off. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Third baseman Fuentes in on the grass. Jackson takes up high, ball 1. Creekside Baseball brought to you in part by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. 2-0 on Jackson. Baez in the second inning got himself into a little bit of trouble with 2 outs. He walked Blanchett, and then Dugo went the other way for a single. The Knights got runners at the corners with 2 away, but Baez was able to work the fly out to get out of the inning. Pop up from Jackson. This one might stay in there, the catcher under it, and Riker Hall makes the catch. 1 away. Now Schlegel with 1 gone. Schlegel entered this game hitting .300 on the season. picked up an RBI, a single, and reached base 3 times last night. With one away, he takes down and in by his back foot. There's ball 1. Schlegel will go and talk to Chris King now. He tried laying down a bunt his first time up. Digs back into the batter's box. 1-0 the count with one away. Foul tip. There's strike 1. And it caught a piece of Hall. Maybe looks like got him on the foot. And we'll give the catcher a moment. Just kind of shaking it off. He looks like he'll be good to stay in the game. This is the second all-time meeting between Creekside and Deland. The only other contest was last year's regular season finale. Creekside won that game by a score of 11-5. A big third inning for Creekside in that one. They plated 7 in the third and 3 in the fourth. They're helped out by some defensive miscues as Deland committed 5 errors in that game, which is not typically a recipe for success. A ball and 2 strikes on Schlegel. After a long look in, here's the pitch. And it's a foul ball, well out of play. Schlegel, a guy that when he gets on base, there's a very good chance that he scores. Scores over 50% of the time he gets on base. And it's no surprise that he leads Creekside in runs scored with 21 on the season. Fouls another one away and just over the school bus. We got the parking lot right behind us. There's nowhere else to park, so you're kind of forced to slide in there behind home plate and hope for the best. Couple of 2-strike foul balls from Schlegel, and Baez taking his time out on the mound and Schlegel calling time. Trying not to let Baez dictate the pace of this one. That one runs outside, 2-2. Another 2-strike offering. That is a foul ball, not by much. We'll do it again. Curveball up and away. Full count with 1 out in the inning. Here comes the 3-2. Chop to first, and that gets by the glove of Slaughter. Schlegel taking the turn, trying for second. The throw, not going to get there. Hunter Schlegel into scoring position. The ball scooted towards third. He'll stay put. And the Knights with a runner on second with one away. That'll go down as an error on Slaughter, probably one he should have had. And now Creekside will try to make him pay for the defensive miscue. They've got Schlegel on second, one out, and Connor Belazic up to the plate. He leads the team in RBIs with 22 on the season. And we're going to have a quick visit on the mound. Baez already up to 45 pitches. Throwing about 58% of his pitches for strikes tonight. You'd like to see a little more to go deep into a ball game. Creekside's done a nice job in their two-strike approach of fighting pitches away and taking close ones for balls. Schlegel did a nice job there, battling back from down in the count, got it to 3-2 and got on base. You saw Belazic work a similar at-bat earlier, and then Blancett as well was able to draw a walk. One on, one out for Connor Belazic. Takes a fastball at the letters for ball one. And they're going to intentionally walk Belazic. Parker Morton stepping up to the plate. The force out now an option at second and third as Deland trying to work a double play here with one away to get out of the inning. Parker Morton, I was saying earlier, not your typical cleanup man, but he does very well in that spot. Very clutch hitter, puts the ball in play, doesn't strike out too much. Pickoff move to second, Schlegel back in time. Morton has walked more than he struck out this season. In fact, he's gone over 10 games since his last strikeout. His last strikeout came on March 20th against Atlantic Coast. Nine games since his last strikeout. Schlegel caught leaning, the pickoff move got him. A mistake on the bases gives Deland out number two. Can't do that when you've got him in a tough spot. Creekside's done a better job of limiting outs on the base paths recently. Not a good one right there. Runner goes, pitch a ball, throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base for Connor Belazic. The catcher can run. He's now 5 for 5 on stolen bases this season. Puts a runner in scoring position with two away. Morton came into the game hitting .318. .414 with runners in scoring position. Take strike one. Excuse me, strike two. 1-2 is the count on Parker Morton. A long look. Baez gets the sign. Belzic going for third. This one is chopped towards third. Going to be a close play at first, and Morton does not beat it out. Bang, bang, and the throw just in time to end the inning. Creekside leaves a man in scoring position. Still no score when we return in Deland.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget, the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor. Of course.
Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
A great showing here at Deland High School for the regular season finale. Knights fans traveling well, and the Bulldogs faithful showing out in good numbers to support. Bottom of the third inning, and Christian Baez, the Bulldogs pitcher, coming up to the plate. Hudson Hyatt coming off of a 1-2-3 inning on the mound. First pitch is grounded to short. Benechek's got it. Throw to first is in time. One away in the bottom of the third. A lot of soft contact off the bats of the Bulldogs tonight. Hyatt's doing a nice job of missing barrels. The wind and the pitch. Goes upstairs to Trindon Treichel, the right fielder batting in the 9 spot. Checked his swing and held up. 2 balls, no strikes. Make it 3-0. Hyatt has yet to issue a walk, but 3-0 count, not favorable to him right now. Just got groans from in front of me. They didn't like that I brought that up. Announcer's jinx doesn't get him there. 3-1 the count. A gapper into left center, and coming over and making the play is Zach Jackson. 2 down. Now Dylan Lawrence with 2 gone. We'll see if the second time through the order a little more favorable for Deland. Just 1 hit, and that came from Ethan Zagers, who's on deck. He was the only man to reach base the first time through against Hudson Hyatt. He had been doing a really nice job of getting ahead in counts. Fallen behind to Trico and now Lawrence. 2-0. This is where you just got to go with what you're most comfortable with and put it in the strike zone. Gets him to chase one in the dirt. Lawrence doing Hyatt some favors with that swing. 2-1. Shoots one the other way and threw in right for a base hit. No play to first from Williams and a 2-out knock for Dylan Lawrence. 2-out base runner for Zagers, and he singled his first time up. Also stole a base. Creekside's outfield playing back. No doubles defense. Swing through the fastball. Behind the heater, it's 0-1. Going for that outside corner. And it's going to be catcher's interference. And the umpire called catcher's interference. Connor Belichick is saying the foul ball caught him, and that's why he reacted. The umpires will conference. Belichick reacted in pretty genuine disbelief there. He was set up outside and back. I'd be pretty surprised if the back caught him in that spot. And Belichick just motioned into his coach and the trainer that the ball came up and got him on the wrist. And they do award first base. So the catcher's interference call puts a man in scoring position. 2 on, 2 out. Hyatt to the plate, and a check throw to first. They got him. Connor Belichick from behind the plate catches Zagers leaning at first, and that will end the inning. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Drew Williams coming up to the plate. Creekside's had a good amount of base runners in this game, but haven't been able to get anyone home yet. Had some opportunities with 2 outs and runners in scoring positions where they haven't been able to get them home. Had a mistake on the bases, which hurt them last inning. Backhand and a throw to first. Not going to get Williams. A great effort at shortstop by Dylan Lawrence, but it'll be an infield single for Williams. Leadoff man aboard for Creekside in the 4th inning. Brings up Michael Bysham. There's a lot of loose dirt coming in from the field. I'm going to have to clean my computer off when I get home. And my camera. Pickoff move, and Williams back without an attempt at a tag. This is a Deland team that lost over 10 players from last year's team. Lost 9 seniors. Big swing from Bysham. That's a strike. They lost a few college players, one going to Santa Fe, one now at UNF, one at Pasco Hernandez Community College, and Nathan Ricco, who is committed to Stetson, transferred out of Deland to Spruce Creek. Deland's lost quite a bit of talent in the past few years to the Hawks. LJ Edwards, committed to Duke, was at Deland. O2 is the count. Runner on first with nobody out. Pop foul out of play from Bysham. Oh. Top of a red van. Two-strike count on Michael Bysham. Runner on the go, pitch up and away. Looked like a pitch out, and it worked to perfection. I don't know if that was a design pitch out or not, but it looked like it. And they read the Knights like a book. 1 away, and now 1-2. Base is now empty with 1 away. 2 outs on the base paths already for Creekside in this game. Those will come back to hurt you, especially in the spots they've come in. Here's the pitch. And another foul ball. Still 1-2. And another foul ball from Michael Bysham. We got a battle between Baez and Bysham. Goes upstairs, 2-2. The Knights dugout, it's always fun to listen to. Bring a lot of energy. A couple pitches ago, they were impersonating the seagulls from Finding Nemo, saying Mike. Chopper out to short, picked up by Lawrence. 2 gone. The Knights now have had 6 base runners in the first 4 innings. 3 of them have reached scoring position. Nobody has scored. 2 of them have been caught on the bases, 1 on a pickoff move and 1 stealing. Lands it with a hard foul ball about a foot right of the first base bag. Baez's pitch count creeping up there. We're in the final week of the regular season and at the point of the year where guys will go if they're pitching well. Down below the knees. 1-1 on Tavern Blancett. Third pitch of the AB. A chopper to first. Fielded by Slaughter. Steps on the bag and ends the inning. The Knights get the leadoff man aboard, but caught stealing in a couple groundouts. Keep them quiet. Bottom of the 4th inning. Coming up next. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Bottom of the 4th inning now. Hudson Hyatt, just 36 pitches through the first 3 innings. He's allowed 2 hits. No runs. And he's managing that pitch count well. Three, 4, 5 greeting him in the bottom of the 4th. Alton Hughes up at the plate. One thing with Hyatt is he was falling behind in the count in that 3rd inning. Got to get some more first pitch strikes across. Get ahead of these hitters as he was doing in the 1st and the 2nd. A ball and a strike on the second baseman, Hughes. Grounded out his first time up. 1-2 as Hudson finds the outside corner. The sun's starting to set behind that right field corner. Takes one in on the hands, and it's a foul ball. That one was well inside, maybe in front of Hughes, and he still managed to make good contact there. Starting to get a little dark out here. I imagine it's tough on the hitters right now. Just counting down the minutes until these lights come on. Hughes out to right field. Williams drifts under it and makes the catch. One away. Now Ledoux with one gone. He struck out looking his first time up. The pitchers are performing well. Curveball is fouled back to the backstop. No balls and a strike. Chopper to Morton at third, goes off his glove, and there will be no throw. He'll go down as an error, puts a runner aboard with one away. Now Fuentes up to the plate. The Knights defense had been doing a really good job recently. They hadn't committed an error in their last 2 games. And Morton has been pretty sure-handed over there at third base. An uncharacteristic mistake from him right there. Runner on first with one away. The 1-0 pitch. Runs up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The Knights have rested their 3 main starters this week. Gavin Dupre, Nick Romeo, and Matt Bysham ahead of the playoffs. They got a great performance out of the freshman Will Wood, throwing a complete game shutout in his first varsity start last night. Hudson Hyatt's been faring really well thus far in this game. Now 3-0. The Knights would love to get another inning or 2 out of Hyatt, get a couple of their bullpen guys in there, and get out of here. Preferably with a W. Ball 4 to Fuentes. 2 on with 1 away. Runner in scoring position for Slaughter. This is a game where a win doesn't affect you too much in the rankings. However, a loss could hurt you in a pretty decent way, as the Knights are sending someone out to the bullpen right now, as Robbie McCloskey will go out and talk to Hudson Hyatt. Deland, as I've mentioned a couple of times in this broadcast, has been absolutely phenomenal at home this season. 8-2 at home. Just 3 wins and 11 losses in road and neutral site games. They're on an 8-game win streak when playing here at Deland High School. On a 3-game win streak as is. They sit as the 2 seed in their district, only behind Spruce Creek. They'll face University in the district semifinals next Tuesday. Strike 1 on Ethan Slaughter. He grounded out his first time up, and the Knights would take a ground ball on the infield right here, as a double play would get them out of the inning. Runner breaking for third. It's a foul tip. 0-2. Umpire taking a moment after that foul ball caught him, I think, on the leg. The double steal was in effect on that last pitch. A long conference at home plate. That'll give us a chance to look forward to next week for Creekside, as that one might have caught him not on the leg, but in a different area, a little north. Creekside will face Flagler Palm Coast next Tuesday at 7. That will be at Creekside. You can catch that district semifinal matchup here on Schlick Sports. And then the winner of that game will take on the winner of Atlantic Coast and Sandalwood in the district championship on Thursday. Getting some water now for the umpire. Some high-quality H2O. The Water Boy. I love that movie. Filmed here in Deland. A lot of the scenes. The Mud Dog Stadium, Stetson's football stadium. Runners on first and second. 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Hyatt to Slaughter. Goes outside. 1-2. Yeah, all that movie, I believe, was shot in the Orlando area. The Big Bourbon Bowl was shot in Camping World Stadium downtown. 1-2 pitch, again goes outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hyatt comes set. A long look to second. Fly ball in the air to left. Jackson coming in, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 on, 2 out for Logan Lacombe. Grounded out to shortstop his first time up. After the error in the walk, 2 aboard. Hyatt trying to keep this one at a scoreless tie. Set at his chest. Fires and gets a swing and a miss at strike 1. Second pitch to Lacombe will have to wait as Hyatt steps off. The lights are still not on here. as the sun going down. Foul ball, 0-2 on the left fielder, Logan Lacombe. Hyatt 1 strike away. Huddy comes set. Pickoff move to second, and back in time is Ladeau. Evan Ladeau stands on second. Hefte Fuentes over at first. Runner going for third. There's a foul ball. It's weird. Both of the steals, Ladeau has gone first by a large margin, and then Fuentes has been trailing far behind on his jump from first. I'd be ready to cover at second base, because you've got a good chance of getting him if that's the jump he's going to get. Another 2-strike pitch and another foul ball. Oh, 2 the count. Hyatt set. The kick and the pitch. High fly ball goes foul. Might have had home run distance, just about 100 feet to the left of that foul pole. Lacombe trying to straighten it out after a few foul balls. The pitch. Another foul ball. The umpire has run out of baseballs. Players scrambling all over the place, trying to find them in the portables. 2 on, 2 out, still 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Morton's got it. He'll take the force at third base, and Hudson Hyatt leaves 2 on for the Bulldogs. 5th inning coming up. Still 0-0 between Creekside and Deland. Game day is here. Does your lawn look like a winner or a losing team? At Captain's Lawn Services, we tackle overgrown grass, rough edges, and messy yards so you can focus on the big game. Our expert mowing, trimming, and edging will have your lawn looking championship ready all season long. Don't get sidelined by yard work. Call Captain's Lawn Services today and let us handle the groundwork while you cheer on your team. Captain's Lawn Services. Your lawn, our game. Top of the 5th inning now. Joey Dugo up to the plate for Creekside. 8-9-1 up to face Christian Baez. Top of the 5th inning, Baez now at 64 pitches. That pitch count starting to creep up there. 0-1 count on Dugo. He singled his first time up. The Knights have had plenty of base runners, just haven't been able to get him home. Behind on the fastball, 0-2 on Joey Dugo. The lights are on, and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. They're looking at the baseball right now. Gonna take a new one. Another 2-strike pitch. Ground ball towards second. Off the glove of Hughes. And Joey Dugo will reach base. Lost his helmet running down the first baseline. Dugo now reaching base twice in this game. Once on the single, once on the air. Knights get the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd straight inning. Brings up Aiden Benechek. He flew out to right his first time up. Top of the 5th inning, and the Knights trying to break onto the scoreboard. Benechek trying to lay the bunt down, and the third baseman, Fuentes, was standing right next to him by the time the pitch got there. That'd be a solid distraction with the pitch coming. That close, he might be able to pop the bunt over him. Again, charging. Benechek pulls back. Deland's got these signs cracked. Had the pitch out on a stolen base earlier, and he charged in for that bunt well before Benechek showed it. There's not going to be too much surprise from the Creekside Knights. Benechek showing bunt, pulling back, he's hitting. Gets the strike called up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first, nobody out. Pickoff move to first, and Dugo is back safely. Set is Baez. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him chasing outside. 1 out, that brings up Zach Jackson. Dugo on first. Jackson to the plate. Popped out his last time up. Went with the pitch out right there. It's ball one. Dugo with a good lead at first. Stays put. Again outside, 2-0. Dugo with another good lead at first base. Pickoff move, and he's back safely. We'll give you a look here at the cat and mouse. Dugo takes another good-sized lead. The third baseman, Fuentes, protecting a bunt. 2-0 on Jackson. Make it 3-0. Three-ball count. We'll see if Jackson has the green light. The 3-0. Right down Broadway. The 3-1 pitch. Called strike. That throw down to second would have gotten into center field, but a nice job by Dylan Lawrence backing it up. Joey Dugo in at second with the stolen base, and it's 3-2 on Zach Jackson. The count is full. One out, a runner in scoring position. Baez set and the pitch. Got him looking at strike three. That pitch was close enough where you got to swing at it, protect the plate in that spot. Two outs and a runner on second. Schlegel reached on an error his first time up, or his last time up. His first time up was a ground out. Pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. Dugo's got good speed. And with the way the Knights have been hitting, I bet a base hit to the outfield, you're sending him. Schlegel showing bunt with 2 outs, and he takes the ball away, 1-1. Fuentes now be looking for that at third. He's still playing in his regular position. Walking in now towards the grass. Trying to take away that bunt. Infield shifts to protect the bunt. Schlegel skies this one to left. Lacombe makes the catch and ends the inning. Creekside gets the leadoff man on base for the second straight inning, and for the second straight inning, they can't get that leadoff man home. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Hudson Hyatt has been off to a phenomenal start out on the mound. 4 innings, allowing just 2 hits. Shutout baseball so far for the sophomore. He gets ready to face 8-9-1 coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Showing bunt, pulling back, and taking a strike is Christian Baez. We've got a little bit of a pitcher's duel going on right now. Both guys out on the mound have been able to work around some trouble in this game and keep runs off the scoreboard. Hyatt's counterpart, Christian Baez, at the plate right now. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Foul ball got Belizik. It'll be 1-2. And Belizik looks ready to go. I wonder what the umpires talk about with the pitchers when they go up there to the mound. I always see him talking. He's smiling on the way back. Sure, there's a few umpires who've just got some jokes in their back pocket, ready to go. I was watching the Cubs game the other day, and they were talking about the home plate umpire. Before the game at the plate meeting with the coaches, he always comes prepared, and he starts it off with a joke with the managers. And the broadcasters made a great point. Managers have to laugh at it. You got to be on the umpire's good side, as Deland not too happy with that call, goes inside and called strike 3. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Ball high, 1-0 on Trindon Treichel. Flew out his first time up. He was a senior on last year's team who graduated with the same last name, now at UNF. Pretty good to assume that was his brother. For a scoreless game, this one's going on quite a while, not quite at the pace you'd expect. Two and one the count. Line drive at second base and speared by Joey Dugo. 2 down. First 2 men down in order. Now Dylan Lawrence with 2 outs in the inning. He's 1 for 2. Sent one to right field for a base hit his last time up. Takes strike 1. Connor Belizik going to go out and talk to Hyatt on the mound. I've seen both pitchers kind of messing around with the dirt on the mound over the past inning or two. Baez was full on jumping up and down, stamping on it right in front of the rubber. You saw Belizik go out there, the catcher, and tow around with the dirt where Hyatt will come down on the mound. And then Hyatt adjusted a little as well. One-two count on Dylan Lawrence. It's that last foul ball got Lawrence. He walks it off and steps back into the batter's box. Hyatt's 1-2. Popped up. Shallow left center. Benechek is there, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Hudson Hyatt sets him down. 1-2-3 on to the 6th in Deland.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor. Of course.
Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Shacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
We got ourselves a mid-inning flyover out here. Top of the 6th between Creekside and Deland. Creekside has had a man reach base in every inning of this game, and they just haven't been able to get hits to manufacture runs with runners on base. The Knights have had 7 base runners. They've only recorded 1 hit with the runner on. Baez still out there. Takes a ball down and away. 1-0 on Connor Belizik. The Knights 0 for 6. Excuse me, 1 for 6. 1 for 7. Third time's a charm. 1 for 7 with runners on base.
Hey, barrel one up here, man.
2-0 on Belizik. Swings through that pitch. 2 balls and a strike. He's walked twice. Once in a 3-2 count and once intentionally. The leadoff man has reached base for Creekside back-to-back innings. Belizik trying to make it 3 in a row. Takes up and in. 3-1. Three-one is the count. Belizik swings and lines this one to left. That is caught. Nice play by Logan Lacombe. Reached up and took extra bases away from Connor Belizik. Big time play there at this point of the game. Top of the 6th inning, and if he doesn't make that catch, you're looking at a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Now Parker Morton to the plate. Showing bunt. It's a slash and a foul ball. This will be pitch number 87 from Christian Baez. Upstairs, 1-1. Baez has held Creekside to just 2 hits thus far. Couple errors and a few walks have allowed runners to reach base. The sophomore's been shoving though. Goes inside, 3-1. And we're gonna have a mound visit. So he hits 90 pitches. You wonder if he's hit a pitch count. And yes, he has. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. A fantastic game from Christian Baez, and we'll meet the new man on the mound when we return on Schlick Sports. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Rue Hanna, the senior, out of the bullpen for Deland. He relieves Christian Baez after 90 pitches. The starter going 5 1/3. Just 2 hits allowed, no runs, 4 strikeouts to 3 walks. Hanna, according to Perfect Game, stands at 6-0, 195 with a fastball that tops out at 80 miles per hour. 3-1 count on Morton. Never easy to come out of the bullpen in a 3-ball count. And he will walk Morton, runner on first, 1 away. And Drew Williams will be pinch hit for by Nick Romeo. Romeo, fantastic in that pinch hit spot. The numbers on Romeo this season: in 27 plate appearances, he's hitting .320, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Ball 1, 1-0. Trying to light a spark as he's done so many times in this spot. Pickoff move to first. Parker Morton back safely. One on, one out, and a 1-0 count in the top of the 6th. Another pickoff move, and another time Morton is back safely. Another airplane passing by. Am I getting him on the camera? Oh, there he is. Romeo swings at the pitch out. Makes contact and fouls it into the parking lot. 1-1. That is the 3rd time we've seen the pitch out. 3 more times than I've seen it this season. Another one outside and a foul tip. 1-2. Two-strike count on Nick Romeo. The runner on first is Morton. Slide step, and Romeo hits the fastball high in the air to left. The catch is made by Lacombe. 2 outs for Michael Bysham. 2 outs in the inning. Bisham stepping up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second is dropped, and Morton is in safely in scoring position. Now 1-0, a runner in scoring position. Another chance to break the tie. Bisham's been making a lot of contact lately. Hasn't struck out too much. You feel like he's due. Curveball high in the air to left. Lacombe under it, makes the play, and another man left in scoring position and on base for the Creekside Knights. Still nothing. Bottom of the 6th coming up next.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Hudson Hyatt back out for the 6th inning. He's allowed just 2 hits and no runs thus far. Third time through the order, it's the 2-hole Ethan Zagers up to the plate. Zagers has reached base twice, once on a catcher's interference call and once on a single. Pitch inside, Hyatt landed awkwardly. 2-0. The wind and the pitch. Down low, 3-0. Pitch number 75 coming up for Hudson Hyatt. Strike 1 at the knees. Bottom of the 6th inning. Both teams tossing shutouts. Foul tip, 3-2. Hyatt's battled back from the 3-0 count. He's got it full, trying to put away Zagers. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, he walked him. Chris King coming out to the mound, and that's going to do it for Hudson Hyatt. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. What a start from Hudson Hyatt. We'll meet the new pitcher when we return on Schlick Sports. Game day is here. Does your lawn look like a winner or a losing team? At Captain's Lawn Services, we tackle overgrown grass, rough edges, and messy yards so you can focus on the big game. Our expert mowing, trimming, and edging will have your lawn looking championship ready all season long. Don't get sidelined by yard work. Call Captain's Lawn Services today and let us handle the groundwork while you cheer on your team. Captain's Lawn Services. Your lawn, our game. Time now for a new pitcher brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. Drew Williams, the man in relief of Hudson Hyatt. He enters with the runner on first, nobody out. Williams making his 6th appearance of the season. He's gone 8 1/3 without allowing a run. He's got a 2-0 record, a whip under 1. He struck out 9 while walking 1. That Deland dugout loud after the pitching change. There's a bunt. Williams fields, throws to first. There's out number 1. Runner into scoring position on the sac bunt. I tell you what, the Bulldogs were more than pleased to see Hudson Hyatt leave the game. We had multiple conga runs in front of the dugout in between innings. I hadn't seen that one before. I enjoyed it. 1 on, 1 out. Evan Ladeau at the plate. Down and away, 1-0. Line drive, down and right. Cackle-Reese Fields, they are holding the runner at third. Runners at the corners with 1 away. Runners on first and third with 1 away. Hefte Fuentes to the plate. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. Ball 1 in the dirt. It's 1-0. 2 runners in scoring position. Williams set. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fuentes 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Base open at first, the infield is in. Swing and a miss at strike 2, got him to chase the slider. 1-2 count. Runners on second and third with 1 away. Williams is set. Steps off. Colin Belzic out to the mound. Hefte Fuentes getting a talk from the third base coach. The Seven Nation Army chant coming from the Deland dugout. Williams into the windup. Checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Two and two. Here's the pitch. Popped up, out of play. Another two-strike offering. Foul tip to the backstop. We'll do it again. Fuentes is battling. Williams in big need of out number two. Here's the pitch. Down low, 3-2. A walk wouldn't be the end of the world right here. Gets a force at any base. Ground ball up the middle, and you're going for the double play. Ground ball to the corners, and you're going home. The 3-2 offering. Down away, ball four. Bases are loaded with one away, and Ethan Slaughter coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. First pitch, ball one. Zager's on third. Ledoux on second. Fuentes stands on first. Since Williams has entered, it's been a sac bunt, a single, and a walk. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 2-0. Belizik will go out and talk. Behind 2-0, Drew Williams needs to find the strike zone. Comes set. And the pitch. Strike one at the knees. Two balls and a strike. Williams to the plate. Showing bunt, pulling back and taking high. It's 3-1. Let them bunt with the bases loaded. Give him somewhere he can lay it down. 3 balls and a strike. Williams cannot miss. Here it is. Ball 4 low, and Deland has the lead. Now 1-0 Bulldogs. Chris King going to go out there and talk to Williams after back-to-back walks. He had walked just one batter the entire year before coming into this game. Coming into this game, he had gone 8 1/3, 9 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Number 19, Braden Bible.
Bases still loaded with 1 away, and there's ball 1 to Logan Lacombe. Strike 1. Showing bunt. Gets it down. Morton steps on the bag. Dangerous play there. He could have just turned around and tagged him and thrown to first for a double play. Instead, 2 away, bases still loaded. Yeah, there's a great chance for a double play right there. Christian Baez being pinch hit for. And it's Rue Hanna who entered on the mound. Swing and a foul tip, strike 1. Not often it's a 5U fielder's choice at the plate. High school baseball. Bases still loaded, 2 away. Now 0-2 on Rue Hanna. Strike count. Now 1-2. Williams set. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 2-0. Run ball game. Line drive caught at second by Dugo. And the Knights need a run to avoid the upset. We'll see if they can get it when we return. Rue Hanna trying to close it out. righty with a crossfire delivery. Tavern Blanchett up at the plate. First pitch to him. Strike one. That is a tough angle to hit from. Blanchett 0 for 1. He walked back in the second. Creekside's had plenty of opportunities to score in this game. They trail 1-0. They have left quite a few runners on base. Big swing, it's 0-2. Down and away, ball one. Blanchett trying to get on base, representing the tying run. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice job with 2 strikes, not biting on the past couple of pitches. It's Blanchett, Dugo, Benechek due up for the Knights. Hannah delivers. Ball 3. 3-2 is the count on Tavern Blanchett. Three straight balls. Can he find the zone? He cannot. That's ball 4. Tying run aboard for the Creekside Knights in the top of the 7th. Knights are going to have Ryan Robinson come out and pinch run for Tavern Blanchett. Brings up Joey Dugo. He's reached base twice, once on a single and once on an error. Just trying to get that man into scoring position. Third baseman way in for the bunt. There it is. The throw will go to second, and it is in time. And Dugo sent the bunt right at the third baseman, Hefte Fuentes. Got to lay that one down the first base line. One away, a runner on first. Benechek up at the plate. He swings and fouls one away, 0-1. 0 for 2 with the fly out and a strikeout. Dugo on first. It's a pitch out. Ball and a strike on Benechek. Line drive down and left. Dugo will get into scoring position. Runners on first and second with one away. Big time base hit from Aiden Benechek. Back to the top of the lineup. Zach Jackson to the plate. tying run in scoring position with one away. Hannah on the mound. He comes set. First pitch to Jackson, shows bunt, pulls back, it's ball one. Jackson 0 for 3 so far tonight, trying to put that all behind him. Corner infielders playing in. Going into bunt defense, Jackson swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't want a ground ball up the middle, give him a chance for 2. You want a base hit to the outfield. Thinking line drive. Ball 2, down and away. Two balls and a strike on Jackson. Hannah set. He deals. Foul ball, 2-2. Creekside entered this game hitting .307 with runners in scoring position. Yet to pick up a hit in one of those spots so far tonight. Zach Jackson trying to deliver. The 2-2. Outside, full count. A walk would bring the tying run to third and the go-ahead run to second. Hannah steps up onto the mound. Both dugouts making noise. Pickoff move to second base, and Dugo is back safely. Just need to get on base. Three-two count. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. And they'll just take the force at first base. That'll bring up Hunter Schlegel. They're hitting Gavin Dupre, the pinch hitter. Tying run on third. Go-ahead run on second. Knights down to their last out. Dupre this season hitting .333 over 9 at-bats with 4 RBIs. Knights down to their last out. First pitch, ball 1. The sophomore Dupre up at the plate trying to deliver. Here's the pitch. Up and away, 2-0. You got a base open, but you've also got the Knights' best hitter on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. (2-0) on Dupre. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 3. 3-0 count. Connor Belizik awaits on deck. Time is called for a mound visit. They can't draw it up much more dramatic than this. 1-0 ball game. Deland took the lead in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Creekside. The tying run do go on 3rd. Go-ahead run on 2nd. Gavin Dupre up in a 3-0 count. First things first, got to find the zone. And after that, got to get the out or you're facing Connor Belizik. We're going to have a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance. The Baselli agency, Hefte Fuentes, takes the mound when we return. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli agency. Hefte Fuentes, the junior, onto the mound for Deland. According to Perfect Game, stands at 5'11", 187. Fastball runs up to 87 miles per hour. And he'll sit around the mid-80s, up to the high 80s. He enters in a 3-0 count on Gavin Dupre. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. He just needs to get 1 out without allowing a run. And Deland will upset the Creekside Knights and extend their home winning streak to 9 in a row. Dugo on 3rd, Benechek on 2nd. Gavin Dupre up at the plate. Fuentes sent a couple to the backstop in his warm-ups. He's got to throw a strike. 3-0 count. Ball 4. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Joey Dugo is headed home. Now he's in a pickle. Live ball still, and the Knights lose. Joey Dugo must have thought the bases were loaded. And, wow. A heartbreaker for the Creekside Knights as they fall to Deland by a score of 1-0. Back at it for districts on Tuesday as the Knights will take on Flagler Palm Coast round 1. I will see you then. That will wrap up the regular season here on Schlick Sports. Playoff baseball kicking off next week I will see you then. But for now, I'm Noah Schlick Sports signing off, saying good night from Deland.